Hello guys, it's the Jester of Blades here again, coming to you from my wonderful little workshop in front of my wonderful little CNC machine. And today I thought I'd bring you a little bit more like a vlog type video. If you like that, you can write it down in the comments. Yeah, today is kind of a special day for me. Maybe you already know that I'm doing prototyping with Christian on the Mr. Bowen's Messer simulator, and today is the first day I actually get to do something practical on the CNC machine. So we'll make stabilizers, and I'll try to do the crossguard today, which will be interesting. All the stabilizers are not that complex, but the quillins, the crossguard and the knuckle in particular, they are very difficult parts, at least for me to machine. Maybe there are more experienced machinists out there that would laugh about this, but on a 3-axis machine the knuckle will be a very complex part. So if you like some CNC machining footage, some CNC machining porn, so to say, you can come with me and enjoy the ride. Come with me and enjoy CNC machining for basically modern HEMA trainers. If you have not watched the last video, I'm doing prototyping work mostly with superglue machining, and I will explain it in detail a little bit more now. So what I have here is a blank for a stabilizer from Mr. Bones, and I will now degrease it using some brake cleaner. You can basically use anything that will inhibit grease from sticking and solve it. And now I use some painter's tape basically, and this painter's tape provides me with protection for my stock, so I will not need to clean my stock afterwards. The super glue will only be on the tape and not on my stock or my finished part. Knife. Kingdom for a knife. Yeah, so that's basically everything in terms of stock preparation that I need to do. I'll just burnish down the tape so it sticks really well. I'm basically using a dowel pin, but everything that's round and smooth will do. So that's my stock prepared, and I can now stick it onto the machine. I'm now repeating what I already did to the stock on my machine platter. This is a platter I just machined flat, so it's parallel to the machine axis. And I'm just sticking down the tape here. Cutting up the excess and then just burnishing the tape down to stick really well. And for alignment with the machine axis, I use dowel pins that I stick into these pre-machined holes. That helps me to align the stock with the machine axis. Not that it matters too much, but if it's too crooked, of course the part will not fit in the given parameter of my stock. So it's kind of important that it's roughly aligned with the machine axis. Now I will take super glue and dab it onto my stock. And that's it for this tube of super glue. But it will suffice. Turn it upside down and stick it onto the machine. Aligning it with the pins, pressing down shortly. And I like to hammer on the stock to make sure it really seats down nicely and to feel if there is any loose spots under there, because it would make a clacking sound. If I hit it and there is air underneath there, it would make a clacking sound and I'd feel it in my fist. So this one is seated down nicely, and I can now remove the dowel pins and touch off the tool. To find my 0 point, which is located at this corner here, I will touch off the end mill on the stock. So I'll jog the machine to the position that I like. And I just feel for resistance in the tool, in the turning of the tool. And now this is the perfect amount of resistance for me. And I will just zero my tool here. This is zeroing in the y-axis, and now zeroing it also in the x-axis. Same procedure. Jogging until it bites a little bit, and then I jog away until it just barely touches the stock, and this is the sign for me that this is my 0. And now touching off the tool length, I can use this little handy touch probe for it, so there is no guesswork there. This is just a lot easier, a lot faster than doing it by hand every time. So that's my tool touched off, and we can now start machining.
And now this is drilling the holes for the screws later on. Normally you would not drill with an end mill, but for prototyping I guess we could make an exception.
And now the machine waits for me to do the next tool change, which will be
tool 100, which is an engraving end mill for me. I've now taken you guys into my hand to show you this tool a little bit better. So this is the little engraving end mill I use to do the, basically to intersect the bones. We'll see in a second what I mean. I have now changed tools for a 45-degree chamfer end mill, which I will use to chamfer around the outside of the part and to do the chamfers for the bolt holes. So press play again. And the machine will lay a 45-degree chamfer around the outside of the part. And now we're spiraling down into the bolt holes to lay the chamfer around those. And that's it. CNC machining for this part is basically finished now. The biggest question is now how to get it off the platter, but I'll show you how I do it in a second. Getting the part off the platter again is the biggest challenge to me. What I find very useful is using a scrap blade blank I made a while ago and just pushing it underneath the part and levering it up this way. And mostly this works pretty nicely. And there you have it. A brand new stabilizer prototype, just needing to do a little bit of cleanup, machine away the tabs, grind away the tabs on the belt grinder, and yeah, then we'll do the other side and see how this comes out. So I just finished machining the other stabilizer. The machining process was basically the same as the other one. The only difference between those is this slot in here, which will accept the knuckle. So the two stabilizers are finished. The right one depends on how you hold it, of course, but this for me is the right one because I'm right-handed, with the little slot for the knuckle, and the left one with the two screw holes that will fix the knuckle in place, and in between there, of course, the blade will go. And on the side here, besides me, you can already see the next operation for the cross guard. It's a little bit scary because I have a lot of hangover to the sides here, but I think it will be fine. Well, otherwise you will have something to laugh. Yeah, I have already a 2 flute 8mm end mill in the spindle, and will now try to machine the cross guard.
I hope it works.
Okay, so that's the end of operation 1. Let me take you closer for a closer look here. So that's the cross guard we just machined. In the middle, this slot here will be for passing through the knuckle, which will be screwed on onto the other side. And we were just interpolating these half round shapes here on the coolants. It's not the nicest surface finish in the world, but it's passable, I'd say. It'll be ground afterwards anyways. So yeah, that's operation 1, and now I'll flip this around for operation 2. The part is now refixtured for the next operation, for op 2. I already touched off the tool, and yeah, wish me luck. I hope this goes well. Eyes and ears, boys, eyes and ears. So, I'd love to present you a finished part, and this one is almost finished, but what I didn't catch on camera is, maybe you can see this on the corner there is a deep gash from the end mill, and the part came loose out of the vise, which I kind of expected, or better feared the whole time to happen, and I already had my finger on the e-stop button the whole time while prototyping this part, and this is just the things that happen while prototyping. So yeah, this part is not completely trash. I guess I can save it with some hand grinding, and I can already see if my stabilizer, oh, I can do this right now. You can see with me if the stabilizers fit in there, and they do not, apparently. So yeah, you're live with me while prototyping. There needs to be a little bit more material removed. How's the other side here? Basically the same. And the other stabilizer maybe? Nope, it does not fit either. So yeah, there's maybe a tenth of a millimeter, I guess, still to come out there on both sides. And yeah, that's just to be expected while prototyping. So we'll finish the video here. I also cut myself real badly on the part because it still has some quite sharp corners. And yeah, next time I'll do prototyping, I'll take you with me, and maybe you enjoy me failing, and maybe you even enjoy me succeeding, and then you can enjoy the new Mr. Bones trainer, Messertrainer knife
thingies. I don't know how we call them yet, but you will find them on my shop when they're done. I think Christian will also offer them to you guys, so there is plenty to come. I will recommend you to stay tuned, and until next time on Jester of Blades.